Welcome aboard! Join me as we dive into the legendary battleships of the World Wars, exploring their history, firepower, and the battles that shaped naval warfare. So let's set sail into the past. USS Missouri, the battleship that ended World War II. In the stillness of Tokyo Bay on September 2, 1945, the world changed. A single ship, grey and powerful, stood quietly as history unfolded on its decks. The war that had consumed the world for 6 long years was finally over, and it ended aboard the USS Missouri. But before that peaceful morning, Missouri had faced fire, fury, and the full weight of war. This is the story of the most iconic American battleship of World War II, a ship built for battle, but remembered for peace. USS Missouri was an Iowa-class battleship, the final battleship ever commissioned by the United States. She was laid down in January 1941, launched in January 1944, and commissioned by June of that year. She was massive, measuring nearly 900 feet long, and displacing over 58,000 tons at full load. She carried a main battery of 9 16-inch guns, each capable of hurling a shell the size of a small car over 20 miles. She could cruise at over 33 knots, making her one of the fastest battleships ever built. But Missouri was not just about raw power. She was a symbol of American industrial might, engineering excellence, and resolve. Her nickname would soon be earned, Mighty Mo. Missouri joined the war in early 1945 as the United States pushed closer to the heart of the Japanese Empire. Her first major assignment was in the Pacific Theater, supporting carrier strikes against the Japanese home islands. In February, she joined Task Force 58, the powerful naval armada attacking Tokyo. For days, she screened aircraft carriers, fired her guns, and braved enemy air attacks. It was her trial by fire. Then came Iwo Jima, where Missouri supported U.S. Marines storming the beaches. Her 16-inch guns thundered as she bombarded enemy fortifications inland. She provided covering fire, destroyed bunkers, and helped turn the tide. But the fiercest battle lay ahead. In April 1945, Missouri was sent to support the invasion of Okinawa. It would become one of the bloodiest battles of the Pacific War. Japanese forces fought with desperation, and for the first time, Missouri faced a terrifying new weapon, the kamikaze. On April 11th, a Japanese suicide plane dove toward her. Despite heavy anti-aircraft fire, the plane crashed into Missouri's starboard side. The explosion shook the ship, but the damage was minimal. No American lives were lost. The crew found pieces of the pilot's remains on deck. In a moment that would define her legacy, Captain William Callahan ordered a proper burial at sea for the enemy airman, wrapped in a Japanese flag, with full honors. In the middle of war, Missouri showed not only strength, but humanity. As the Allies advanced, Missouri was chosen for a new role, one that would go down in history. By August 1945, Japan had surrendered, but the formal signing needed a stage, a ship strong enough, symbolic enough, and close enough to Tokyo. The United States Navy chose Missouri. On September 2, 1945, representatives of the Allied powers and the Japanese Empire boarded her deck. Standing under a massive American flag, they signed the instrument of surrender. General Douglas MacArthur spoke. "We are gathered here to conclude a solemn agreement whereby peace may be restored." The ceremony lasted just 23 minutes, but it marked the end of the deadliest conflict in human history. After the war, Missouri remained in service. She was present during the Korean War, shelling enemy positions and supporting United Nations forces on land. She then spent years as a training ship, sailing around the world and representing American power abroad. In 1955, she was decommissioned, but her story wasn't over. More than 3 decades later, in 1984, the Cold War brought her back. She was modernized with cruise missiles, updated radar, and new weapon systems. Missouri returned to action in the Gulf War, launching missiles against Iraqi targets in 1991. This made her one of the few ships in history to serve in World War II, Korea, and the Gulf War. On March 31, 1992, USS Missouri was decommissioned for the final time. Her guns were silent, her engines powered down, but her legacy was far from forgotten. Today, the USS Missouri rests at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, just a short distance from the sunken remains of USS Arizona. One ship marks the beginning of America's war, the other, its end, visitors from around the world walk her decks. They stand where emperors and generals once stood, they hear the story of a ship that saw the worst of war and helped shape the peace that followed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe and explore our channel for previous battleship videos. Bye for now and Godspeed.